Good morning. It's Dave Evans. I'm here with EXSIN Live. Phil is not with us today, so we're going to go on and talk about effective communication. And I can tell you, this is a challenge we see as advisors to business owners every day. And between other folks out there, if you're not communicating effectively and your message is not received, then that's going to be a challenge for everyone. Hey, Phil. Phil made it. Sweet. But one of the things we see is that in an organization and across that, clear, concise communication can help you improve the relationship between your clients, your associates, and everybody you work with.
It's been a 48 hours.
So poor Phil has driven 8,000 miles in the last 48 hours. I'm not sure how he did it. I wasn't expecting him here today because I know he's worn out and tired. But Phil,
I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh, you're good. I'm just glad you're safe.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on. You're going on, so I wasn't going to worry about it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So what are we talking about?
Effective communication.
Oh, boy.
And this is a blog post.
If we had effective communication, Dave would have known what was going on.
Right. I presume. And this is also a blog post that's out there on our website with this stuff in detail. But the first thing you have to do is stop acting really smart and using big words when you communicate.
Yeah, I mean, I think keep things simple, right? Just to the point, keep it simple. A lot of times when people don't keep things simple and use the big words, it's usually one of two things. They don't really know what the hell they're talking about, or they're full of crap and they're trying to manipulate the conversation. Has been my experience.
Well, and the other thing is, if you're with somebody in a particular field, let's say a pilot, for instance.
Perhaps.
They like to use jargon and abbreviations that nobody ever can understand. And this is you're a plumber, you're an electrician, you're a heat and air guy, you're a lawyer, whatever you do in life, a business owner, be very, very careful not to fall back into a place of using jargon that nobody outside your industry understands, especially your clients.
Yeah, I mean, you got to speak clearly. You can't, like, the jargon. We're all guilty of that, right?
Yep.
No matter what industry you're in, you'll say something and people will. I think the first time I said I'm heading to the head, when I came back on leave, around some of my buddies are all like, "Where the hell's he going?" The head. Where's the head? What's he doing? So yeah, you got to speak in ways that everybody understands.
Going to the head ASAP.
Going to the head ASAP.
Yeah, as soon as possible. It's just so
make a hole.
Got to be. And what's interesting, communication has gotten more complicated for people because now we have face-to-face communication.
Yep.
We have face to Zoom communication or media communication. We have phone communication.
Yep.
We have text communication.
Yep.
We have email communication.
Yep.
We have handwritten communication.
Yep. We
have Dropbox and Google Drive communication.
What's that other one what's that thing called? We do with some of our
Slack?
clients? No, that other one. The
GroupMe? Slack, GroupMe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the problem.
We don't talk anymore.
Well, we don't talk anymore. And this has actually been a problem for some of our clients because they're using email to converse and emails get missed and things get delayed and work's not getting done. Well, whose fault is that? It's everybody's fault because firing an email into the ether, for all of you 18 to 30-year-olds, sending an email out and waiting for your response for a week is not a good
plan.
Especially with old dudes.
Well, I sent an email last Tuesday. Okay.
So with that, I want you to take this with you today. Communication not acknowledged is communication not received.
Not received.
So if you want to take care of your clients, if they don't respond to you within 48 hours on email, I would reach out to them and, hey, sent this email yesterday. It's in your in container. What can we do to help you? What's going on? You're going to minimize 99% of your problems and challenges you have in your company if you just do that one thing.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
The other thing to do is when you're working with clients, find a system that you both understand and agree to use for communication.
Yep.
Whether it's Slack, whether it's GroupMe, whether it's any of the other ones that are out there,
There's a million of them,
there's a bunch out there, but pick one and have that be your streamlined communication where you can hold each other accountable, right? It's really important, and it will reduce so much stress and confusion in your world to communicate effectively and make sure everything's done right. The other thing about effective communication is, there are times when you are stressed out as a business owner. Everybody agree with that?
Sorry, I'm dealing with the client thing.
There are times when you're stressed out as a business owner. Very simply. When you are in that state of mind, be careful what you say and what meetings you take.
Yeah.
Because it is very easy that if you're having a lot going on in your life and things happen, you may say something you don't want to say.
This happened to us yesterday.
Well,
it turned out all right, though.
We handled it.
But I looked at Dave and I said, this next meeting is going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
And then I said, we may get fired.
But the reality of it is that we acknowledged that we were in a stressful situation, and we made each other aware that, hey, this next meeting is going to be tough. Let's make sure we got each other's back.
Right. It turned out great. It turned out
to be a great meeting.
Yeah, it turned out to be a great meeting.
Because you have to manage that emotion. It's really hard. I've talked to Peter this morning, my buddy from England. I talk to every Wednesday, and he was talking about how certain business owners post-pandemic are really having trouble with stress, and they're doing things in their organization that is not helping because they're stressed out.
Illogical.
Yeah, it's illogical.
Yeah, it really is.
So, make sure you're grounding yourself. Make sure you get people you can talk to and bounce those things off of and communicate better. Yeah. I'm just going to leave with this because I don't want this to be a long one. I want you to watch this. It's really important. Effective communication is essential to the health of your organization.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not communicating clearly, openly, honestly, and consistently, you're going to have struggles. Because what happens if you don't communicate, people will create things in their mind of what they think is going on. 99% of the time, absolutely wrong with what they've created in their mind. But if we don't know, if we're not communicating, human beings are unique cats. They will create what they think it is. And then that's when stuff gets off the rails.
The last tip I want to give you, if you need to actively listen and you need to ask clarifying questions.
Yes.
When you're in a conversation with somebody, if you repeat what they said to make sure you understand it, you're going to be better off, and it'll break down those walls. Do not assume anything that somebody thinks from an email, a text, or anything like that. Yeah. Take emotion out of it, because if you don't, you're going to fire something off. You're going to regret later. We've all done it, and we want you to be careful. So the goal for you guys is to get better communication. Read the blog post. There's specific tips in there that will help you walk through this. But I just want to tell you, we believe in you. You can do this. Yep. Don't let the stress get the best of you.
Yeah, just communicate and trust each other. We had a client yesterday we were talking to. We're like, well, I don't want you guys thinking I'm some whiner. We're saying, well, call us when you have moments like this, going through some struggles. Yep. We had to explain to them that's not the case. I mean, everybody needs people to lift each other up. We all need that support system. We all need folks that we can turn to when we're struggling, whether it's in business or personal life. So just know there's always somebody out there ready and willing to help.
We are here if you need us.
Yes.
With that, Dave and Phil, EXSIN Live, we are out of here.